already.
Yeah, well, we're up 82% from the March low, Scott. So absolutely, we're anticipating better growth. By the way, I'm not rooting for 10% growth every single quarter, nor are you, probably, because that will lead to much, much higher inflation. But again, the question is this as good as it gets? And then when does the Fed pull away? And then, oh, by the way, now taxes are now top of mind of at least some of my colleagues, myself as well. I think we're going to be able to handle that. But now there are the question marks. That's why I think that there are some surveys out there, like the RBC survey today, that was a little more muted, but it's still bullish.
Yeah, it's still bullish. But John, Barclays is out today, right before we came on the air, with a note that says the Biden taxes would shave 8% from EPS in 2022. That has real ramifications for stocks. Now, the market, in some respects, is obviously voting and saying, well, we don't think that the Biden tax cuts are going to happen anywhere near the degree that the president thinks they might, or certainly wants them and wishes them to. And that's why the stock market is where it is. If it really thought that you were going to have some transformational tax changes, the stock market would already be anticipating that, right?
Right, Scott. And I think what the president has laid out is a prudent plan in terms of paying for some of this massive spending that we've got, even though the spending happens over 7 years and the payments, if we were able to collect those taxes, would occur over 15 years. But you're right. The market is saying right now, we don't really think that this would happen, certainly not this year. Could it happen next year? Very unlikely also, Scott, because we're going into midterms in 2022. So I don't think we're going to see it happening in either of these 2 years. The market, being a forward-looking instrument, is saying that, you know, we do need to find ways to pay for it. We don't think it happens this year in the midst of us coming out of the pandemic. We don't want to just hit the brakes really hard. And the likelihood of that occurring during midterms is likewise not very good.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you're
depends.
exactly right. The market is saying, the market is handicapping it, saying don't think it's going to happen.
Right. I mean, Biden's going to try and get done what he wants to get done while he can get it done, right? He may not have the majority, yes, even though it's a tiebreaker in the Senate. He may not have that in after the midterm elections. So he's going to try and get done what he wants when he wants. He may not be thinking about what the other implications of that are, whether the stock market's going to like it, et cetera, or what have you. Now, what do you take, though, Sarat, from the fact that you've got a pretty broad swath of stocks hitting new highs this week? Facebook, Alphabet, Microsoft, talk about those ad nauseum. I totally get it. But talk about these sectors, right? A lot of home builders, a lot of retailers, shippers, financials, semis, healthcare, materials, a lot of big name stocks that our viewers own, Sarat, are hitting new highs this week. That's got to be a bullish sign.
It is a bullish sign, and I think the points that we've been talking about is what is the market believing going forward in terms of interest rates? Are they going to be going up, or is this just a transient time of higher inflation? And that's why you're seeing a broad-based rally, not just in financials and cyclicals and energy, but you're also seeing it in the technology side. And I think the other side, consumer staples is another area that I think our viewers should also look at. What we're having is earnings are strong. They're going to get stronger. And I think going forward, where investors should look for is what are going to be some of the headwinds. But at the same time, we've got an economy that is thriving, and all sectors right now seem to be participating in it too, which is a good thing. And even if multiples don't expand, I want to get back to this multiple idea. If your earnings are expanding, your stocks are going to grow as fast as your earnings. And I think that's something we got to look forward to, because right now those headwinds are not there, and the market will go forward. And for those who are invested, they're going to partake in the growth.
Okay.